good evening, good night. Wherever you may be watching this transmission, you are now tuned in to Trends in the Housing Market. Broadcasting from Merritt, British Columbia, it is I, Mike Martins, your humble servant, broadcasting a little bit of trends in the housing market. What is happening in the housing market in your area? What is happening in your sector? What is happening in your situation? Has the housing market held you back from settling down and laying roots? Maybe having children? Maybe has the housing market impoverished you? Has the housing market bankrupted you? Have you been dipping into your equity in your house, using it as an ATM machine? How's the housing market treating you? Whether you're renting, couch surfing, or you are watching this for the sake of there's nothing else to watch. I bid you good morning, good evening, good night. It is Mike in the Trends in the Housing Market. We talk about all your housing woes, truths, realities, where it all comes together. Let's roll over here to the comments. We got AA, woo! We got working on it. Hey, Mike, how you doing working on it? AA housing market had held me back from getting a girlfriend and a wife and having kids. That is very sad. And I refused for that to happen. That's why I moved to a small town. VC in the house. I'm in my 60s and I'm on disability as a registered nurse and I live alone. And my rent will be $2,000 when I retire by myself on disability. Wow. Papa Pissed in the house. Good morning, Mike. Good evening. Good evening, my brother. Working on it. I'm good, Mike. How about you? You know how it is. One day leads to another. Gary Madirj in the house. Thank you, Gary, for being here tonight. Adam Beldo, never use your house as an ATM. That's correct. Sorry, buddy. Never use your house as an ATM. Woo! Yeah, in the house, baby. It's it. It's trends. It's trends night. It is trends in the housing market, guys. So it shows 0 people watching with like 13 people commenting. I love it. Maybe YouTube is lagging or something, or slowing down somewhere somehow. It's a mystery to understand. Yeah, I got 0 people watching right now. Muse in Dead Motion. Mike, I need to add you again on Skype. I got a new account again. Go ahead. Oh, it's News in Dead. Is that it? What it's called? News in Dead Motion? Find out what's going on in your neck of the woods. Your favorite trends housing show. Yeah, everybody add me to Skype if you want to be on the show. Man, we got lots of talk. There's so much to cover. It never gets old. I've been doing this show. Let's go back to trends here. Here's the channel, guys. Mike in the Night, I did a special event last night, Attentions in the Middle East. Last Saturday's Mike in the Night was really important because we talked about Australia burning, basically. And economic fog there from a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. Christmas special there. We did everything. I did almost like a Bob Hope Christmas special for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Solid extra in the house. House is dropping in price in Canada wide. That's correct. But listen to me. At what cost? They're raising property taxes. VC's asking how much is for rent for a 2-bedroom apartment in Merritt approximately. It starts around $800 and it goes to about $1,350 for a really nice place. Is Kevin ever coming back? Over here is in the house. Thank you for joining us. Tropical Paradise off-grid home underway. Oh, where you at, G-Man? Tropical Paradise off-grid home underway. Are you in the Florida Keys maybe? Or along Homestead area? Maybe Port St. Lucie? Or are you on Isla Marada? That's the question. Liberty returns. Mike, did you watch the video Uneducated Economist posted today? He did something about lumber. Yeah, he did something about lumber, right? I remember. I saw a bit of it. I was watching it. It had it in the background. I commented on it, too. All right. So somebody messaged me on Skype saying, there it is. I'd like to add you on Skype. Accept. There we go. All right. I got a lot of people, guys, making a lot of fake accounts on Skype to get on the show. Starting in Portland, Jamaica, from Canada. Elvis in the house, ready for another great show. Elvis is a member. If you look at his name, he's got a little, so is VC. All right, guys. So let's get back to some channel news here, guys. This is kind of important because Rants and Lifestyle, we're getting a bunch of claims of different media on this whole Iraq thing. So I did a video on it. It's getting a lot of comments and a lot of bad press on my end. I'm not spreading fake news. It's just what this article is claiming to say on their end and what people are believing on their end. So guys, don't beat me up in the comments, please. So here it is, housing crisis, individual stories here. And then we got Morning Coffee with Mike and Can't Read Market Talk and other stuff there. So guys, please go over here, join the channel. See that? Join. Get a little badge, support the channel. $1.99 a month. That allows me to pay my stupid internet and electricity bill. Mike, do you watch Jeremiah Babe? I'm not sure who that is. My Skype is legit. And then, Mike, do you believe uneducated economist is really uneducated? No, of course not. Of course he's not uneducated. I've had him on the show like 4 times. The guy's the best. Okay, join the channel, guys. Right here, join. I don't care. Everybody, join. Let's go. And if you want to get a Trends in the Housing Market or Mike in the Night swag, here it is, guys, at the shop. Spent a lot of time designing this stuff, so I hope you guys like it. I even lowered the prices on a lot of stuff, so I'm making 50 cents to $1 profit per sale. So there's some really good designs here if you guys want a thing. Don't forget to hit me on Patreon, Subscribe Star. And guys, Facebook, there's another Facebook that looks like this. It's not me. My Facebook page has 117,000 followers, guys. Make sure you click that one. Someone's trolling me and making a fake Mike Martin's page. It's not real. Okay, guys, let's get to what is going on. Okay, everyone's rolling in now. Mr. Roboto said, I would call in, but I'm sick. Over here saying, Mike, I believe every American soldier deserves dignified burial. You just can't sweep the death of a soldier under a rug. Oh, I know that. My dad was in huge military conflict, like big time. And we're not talking about drones and stuff. We're talking about pretty much almost a fight to the knife at times. Working on it, says she'll call in a bit. Solid Extra is here. VC is in the house. What is the difference between live chat and top chat, please? No, it's just live chat. You're just a member of the channel, basically, is what that is. So when you support the channel, you're part of the. You got this badge, and the longer you have the badge, it changes color every couple of months. The badge would change. And when the badge changes, it shows that you've been loyal and you've been with the channel for many years, and other people, Over here is asking, Mike, what do you think of Maneko64? Guy's fantastic. Very smart guy, on the ball, understands the game, knows the game, and I think he plays golf too. But he's really on the ball when it comes to understanding markets, gold, silver, stock buybacks. He understands all that stuff. Housing, Brexit, yellow vest. He knows it all. Maneko64 is the best. Over here saying, Mike, you make it hard not to like you. Well, I mean, everyone, I could tell you a few ex-girlfriends that would maybe disagree with you on that. All right, here we go, guys. Let's get to work here. Let's get to work. What do we got here? All right, let's get some articles. Okay, email time. I got an article in from a gentleman who lives in Oshawa, Ontario, and he sent me this article and an email stating basically that he's one of the rent evictors. He's the one that's being kicked out, and he's been paying rent for up to, is it 8 or 9 years? Never missed a payment. But now, rent evictions, and Oshawa renters forced out by rent evictions. This is yesterday's article, so he sent it to me this morning, and I was reading it, and basically, Buddy's been there, paying his rent, paying his dues, doing his thing, keeping the place clean, organizing outside a bit once in a while, donates his time to clean the lobby and take out trash and or help the complex out and stuff like that. Never asked for a handout in his life from this complex. And now they're rent evicting him. This stinks to high hell. Because I'll tell you why. This stinks. I'll tell you why. Because people are moving in from richer parts of Ontario, or that were used to paying $2,000-$3,000 a month for rent, and said, I'm done, I'm moving to Oshawa. So they moved 2-3 hours out of Toronto, and guess what? They're willing to pay half of what they used to, and half is still more than what Buddy was paying here. That is disgusting. Okay, we got over here saying, Mike, I'm a United States Air Force veteran, but I did a hand-to-hand combat in New York City, Rikers Island. Wow, nice. You should call into the show over here sometime and let us know what's going on. You know, what's on your conscience. Maybe on Mike in the Night. You could come on Mike in the Night and tell us. So Oshawa renters forced out of rent evictions. So now we had rent evictions happening in Reno and Las Vegas, Nevada, when he had a bunch of Californians leaving in mass exodus east. A lot of them moved to Salt Lake City, Utah, Nevada, Las Vegas and Reno, and Phoenix, Arizona, parts of Texas, and some of them even made their way all the way down to Florida. But let's get realistic here. The closer states obviously got more people. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so Buddy's getting rent evicted. He's done everything, and now he's being shown the door. Now, his problem is, let me tell you what his problem is. Now he can't find a place. To rent for what he was paying. Now he's got to pony up more money and find a different place. So he's got himself a problem. So either he's going to have to ask for a raise at work or work a second job so he could just pay his rent. So Buddy's getting rent evicted. Let's read what's going on. Oshawa MPP Jennifer French says there is a growing trend of rent evictions in the city of Oshawa. During the recent question period, French said the Ford government is doing nothing to protect renters from so-called rent evictions. So that's dangerous, guys. He told the Oshawa Express landlords are offering renters a lump sum payments to leave their rental units under the guise they require renovations. So they're basically saying they need renovations when they realistically don't need renovations. And I could bet you, hand to God, I bet you on this, that what's going to happen is the guy's going to put a coat of paint and said it's renovated and bring in more people for more money. And that's what it's all about. It's about the bottom dollar. It's the dollar. It's a dollar amount. That's all that matters is the dollar amount. Well, this is a legal practice. French says it can only be done if the unit must be demolished or in the state of disrepair or is being converted. So, you know, if you're one of those tenants that calls every week, hey, this thing's leaking. Hey, man, this is going here. Hey, man, what's going on this? Hey, man, I need to fix this. My microwave's broken. The fridge is not running. Blah, 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 blah. Then, you know what? The landlord calls, hey, man, I'm going to have to rent-evict you. I got to renovate the place. All right, let's see here. Mama Bear says, smile. I saw Jordan Retro saying, I seen 5.5 for $2,600 in Montreal this week. 5.5 bedrooms? I've seen 5.5 for $2,600 in Montreal. Red Pill Millennial saying, I'm looking for places with under $1,000 for rent for 1 bedroom. Yeah, that's pretty tough in Canada. Or are you like in Texas? You can find a place for $300 in Texas. Double A saw a yellow vest in the street. Construction guy, nice. Over here says Mike Martin's my favorite live stream is Salvet Metals. Have you ever tapped in? No, I haven't. Some tenants are terrible. That's correct. That's true. Some tenants are terrible. But the email I got from this guy's a contributor. A contributor. You know what I'm saying? Mama Bear says 5.5 is a 3-bedroom. Okay, I didn't know that. Smile, wink, wink. Be careful. Sending that to the dude. And Red Pill Millennial. I'm looking for Cornwall and Brockville. Yeah, 1,000. I don't know, man. Unless you go to those blog.to. Go to blog.to here. See if we blog.to. Oh, it's not even in existence. It's that one I read where 1-bedroom rentals for $800, but there's no windows or doors, no running water, stuff like that. Those kind of units you could get for like pretty cheap in Canada. But people in Canada are screwed because they don't have much of many cities to move to, right? We got 3 major cities and 2 technically. If you want to speak French, then you got 3 cities if you could speak English. But I noticed the people that speak French really well don't really speak English because you don't understand them because their accent's so thick. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Are we live? Yes, we are. Adam Bloodo saying rent is about $900 for a 2-bedroom Golden Lake area. Mike, make me apprentice. Mike, make me appreciate the fact that there's no place like home. Oh yeah, for sure. Especially if you have your own place and you're doing well, or you've made the right choices in the past, and you're not part of this Mickey Mouse piece of crap Ponzi crapola scheme we're in right now. Vancouver housing market cools, but rental market stays the same. Rental market would always stay the same in Vancouver. Why? Because it's just the way it's going to be because people paid a lot for the properties. Housing could go down in value, but rentals won't change because unless people pay less on their mortgages. Unless your mortgage is tied to the value of your house and it goes up and down, which it doesn't, then if you pay less for your mortgage, then you charge less for your rent. No, that's not going to work. A lot of people took these at the wrong time. They bought at the peak, and they bought when interest rates were low. Now, if interest rates even go up 0.25%, SA. Remember when Canada's interest rates went up 0.25%, and all these people started defaulting? Okay, Mike, what's going on here in Oshawa? Well, I just read that Oshawa article where people are getting rent-evicted from rent-evictions in Oshawa. Mike, what's going on here in Oshawa? Our new homes are being heavily discounted, and yet offices are empty or closed. Oh, yeah, offices, retail spaces. No, public sector's finished. Private sector, mom and pop's business. Right here. You can clean your hands with it. All you're going to see in those strip malls are insurance companies and like Mickey Mousing stuff where they don't have to do retail. Retail's too complicated to compete. In combination with the issues that need to get fixed, not just in Vancouver, but a lot of other surrounding municipalities. Next week, Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation, CMHC, will be releasing its annual rental report for all major Canadian cities. We're going to cover that here on the show. Said it remains confident in foremost, and that forecast, which would keep Metro Vancouver with the lowest vacancy rates and the highest rents among Canada's 10 largest metropolitan areas. We have Vancouver, I think it was a year and a half ago, we checked the statistics. They had 89,000 vacant units, all foreign owned, all like just empty, you know what I'm saying? Homes and condos and stuff like that, all kinds of stuff. Okay, buddies in Pembroke. Someone's asking me if I collect Morgan, Carson City silver dollars. No, I have all kinds of other silver stuff, like just different stuff I have. I still have to put this stuff away. Richa saying, until the interest payments are higher than principal, you're fine. If rates go up, then the payment stays same. However, less goes to principal. That's correct, but it depends on your amortization and your amortization and your term make the difference, especially when you have to renew your mortgage. You got to be super careful with that, guys, because you'll be walking out of the bank with the, did that just happen to me? Yeah. Oh, he says, I meant real estate offices are empty or closed. Real estate offices, maybe they're moving to Costa Rica. I heard it's good this time of year down there. All right, what do we got here? North Texas home sales record in 2019. Again, Fort Worth, areas in Texas and North Texas. The average home right now is, where was it? I saw it here. Okay. They sold 180,000 single-family homes for the year, 3% more than in 2018, according to preliminary data from Real Estate Center. So they sold more houses, and the average benchmark, along with higher sales in December, medium single-family home prices were up 5% from year over year to $270,000 for all of 2019. So Northern Texas, prices are going up. They used to be around $220, $225 per house. You could pick up a decent house for $190, but now the average benchmark price right now in North Texas is roughly $270,000 for a 4-bedroom with, 4-bedroom, 3-bath. You're looking at that right now. Maybe we'll look at some houses down in Texas, and I can show you guys. You're looking at about $275,000. $350,000 in Texas. You could buy like a walking journey is going around looking at houses. And he's showing houses on his channel, Walking Journey. He's doing tours of houses. Huge houses, huge garages, driveways, right inside or close to a major city of about 3-4 million people. And he's looking at this price, $270,000. So sales are around 9,056, median price 270,000. Days on the market roughly 60 days. Pending sales 7188, and listed for sale 20,000 homes listed for sale. That's your key right there. 20,000 homes listed for sale. That gives you this is a very healthy number right here. This is what it should be in Toronto. This is what it should be in Vancouver. You're supposed to have, if you could have this many sales with this much listed, with that much pending approval, and with roughly 60 days on the market, you have a very healthy housing market. This right there is a prime example of what a healthy market looks like. This is what you want to look at right here. That's really good. Median price $270,000. So the average wage in North Texas should be around $46,000 a year. It should be what they're making in let's look it up. Average wage in North Texas. Should be 46 grand. Wow. It's actually 68,000 in Q3 of 2019. Is the average wage. Average salaries on average $13.60 an hour. Teacher paying $50,000 in North Texas. Okay, so I said 46,000, right? So and the average home is 270,000. That's a very normal scenario. You know what I'm saying? Red Pill's got a good question. Why don't they just let new cities and suburbs develop here in Ontario instead of cramming in everything? Well, they're trying to do that because they want you to keep it. They want to keep you in the city. They don't want you leaving the city. That's the thing. Over here was born in Brooklyn, New York. hate the game, not the player. So this is a perfect scenario right here. I'm going to save this. If I get someone on the show, we can discuss this. $270,000, the median price for a house, and the average salary for, let's say, a teacher in North Texas. Many North Texas teachers start at $50,000 starting pay. So that's a good start in life. That's, you put down 20, 30 large. You're left with a $250,000 mortgage on a 25-year amortization on a 4-year term. You're looking at about $690 a month. That's what you should be paying with that kind of salary. But in Toronto, that same house in Texas is like $900,000, $8,000 a year property tax. And they don't make 50 large American because they make a lot less than that. You know why? Because the dollar differentiation, and Texas pays less income tax and all this crap that they pay in Canada. Don't you ever forget that. I have a friend in Ohio. There's so many cities and suburbs, you better believe it. There's Cleveland, Cincinnati, Flag City. There's so many good places in Ohio you could live, like really inexpensive. The average median price for a house in Ohio is about, I think, $160,000 for a median price in Ohio for a home in Ohio is $160,000, and the average salary there is about $51,000 a year. Yeah, about $51,000 a year in Ohio is the average wage there. Canadian banks put aside over $2.5 billion for mortgage losses last quarter. Woo! Canadian banks are exercising little more caution when it comes to mortgage debt. Bank of Canada, BOC data shows allowance for credit losses on mortgages jumped in Q3 2019. The rise of slowing down from the previous quarter, but is still growing much faster than mortgage credits. Allowance for credit losses, allowance for credit. So obviously you see what's happening here. The banks are leveraging more in their reserves to hedge against crashes. But $2.5 billion? Now you got to put more aside for that, Sweet Bay. That won't even cover the dust. That won't even cover the lug nuts. Toronto real estate prices soar as sales come in higher than new inventory. So let's check out a graph here. Toronto real estate prices soar. Let's check it out here. Here's the Greater Toronto benchmark price. So you see them going up to about $815,000. This is the composite. And industry benchmark shows the price of a typical home made a big leap. Treeb reported a benchmark of $819,000 in December, 7.26% from last year. The Toronto benchmark reached 907 large, up 7.37% from last year. Condo prices were bulk of the gains, nearly rising double digits. Woo! Greater Toronto benchmark change, it's going up. Remember back in tail end of 17 into 18, it's starting to go up. And Greater Toronto average sale price change, going up. So it's all free and clear in Toronto, 2019. This is Greater Toronto December home sales, going up. Inventory squeeze, pretty down actually. But listings to sold, new listings. Sorry. Are they comparing it from the 2 years? Hold on. That's December. Okay, new listings to sales. Yeah, okay. So a lot less inventory on the market, of course, and active listings 7,406. So people are paying through the teeth to live in the city of Toronto. Woo! Canada's GDP growth is slowing down, dragged by lower retail. People don't have money, I say! People don't have money to spend. They're all house broke. Let's go back to Texas. Look. The average person, $50,000 US is about 50, so they're at 3, so 9, 12, 15, that's 65,000, okay? And in Texas, with the taxes a lot cheaper, you take home about So you would take home about 43,000 you take home a year. Okay? With that in Canadian, you got to make like 90 to 100,000 gross to take that much home. But people don't see that. They don't see that. So here's the deal right now. Let's go back to Texas. So with the average median wage in Toronto, just like it is in North Texas, for a starting teacher. I don't know many teachers that start out in Canada that make 50,000 US a year. I don't know many. They make about 30 to 38,000 a year. That's okay. I'm not going to argue that. But here it is. Median price, $270,000. 60 days on the market. That's an average. This is a normal housing market. This is healthy and this is normal. This is not abnormal. But you go to Toronto, everybody's house broke. Everybody's house broke. Prices are soaring. They're going crazy. It's an opportunity of a lifetime. Yeah, you could buy a place for $1 million. What do? You don't buy the Taj Mahal. You buy some place that needs repairs. So what? Now they're crying that GDP is slowing down because lower retail. No one's going to pay these rents. These places are going to be all empty. The private sector isn't getting any support. The private sector isn't getting anything. If anything, the property taxes are going to go up. So is their rents. That's what's going to happen. Yeah, Scotty Morrison there, the Prime Minister of Australia, is in the comment section here. Here they are destroying plazas and building new empty plazas. It's a joke. Sales are down. Mike, it's a lie. I know. Someone that works in house development, sales are very poor right now. No, I believe it. Mike, most people in teachers school are just substitute teachers for the next 10 years. Will there be bread lines in 2020? Yeah, well, everyone's house broke. Who the hell's gonna buy a 2-bedroom condo for $800,000? It doesn't make any sense. Red Pill Millennial says, I worked retail as one of my jobs. Slowest Christmas in 10 years. Yeah. Oh yeah, I believe you, Red Pill. Let's move it on. Tight Toronto housing market pushes prices to record highs with biggest gains in 3 years. So, guys, are people in Toronto making a lot more money than I'm understanding? Could somebody give me a little... Because last time I was in Toronto, everyone I spoke to had no money. Like, everyone I spoke to that went to my high school and stuff, they had no money. They were, like, completely broke. You know? Oh, Brother John's asking, hi, Mike, how was your Christmas sales this year compared to last? 50% increase in sales. Huge. Huge. I moved right across the street and my sales jumped literally overnight. Thanks for asking. Yeah, it's, like, huge. Because remember, my rent's cheap, so I could be competitive with pricing. Most of my stuff I sell is cheaper than Amazon, so people just come to me anyway, right? Toronto home sales fall 3% in December from the month before. So we're seeing a lot of inventories being pushed back right now, and a lot of people are pretty much holding back to see if they could kind of recoup what they can before they sell, so they don't walk away. They don't walk away completely broke, right? Toronto home sales are jump 17.4% in December as prices rise. Woo! It makes no sense. It makes no goddamn sense. Well, sales are up, but who's buying this? Average selling price for a home sold, average benchmark price, $837. $837. That's like $750,000 US, $730,000 US. I'm not understanding this. Who the hell is, like, who's buying this stuff? Like, you know how much you need to make per year to afford that kind of a mortgage? Even if you put down 30%, you're going to need to make you're going to need to take home at least 120, well, gross 120. Let's say you need to take home at least 88 to $95,000 a year to be able to afford this. I guess maybe it's just for the rich people. I guess it's just rich people, right? I'm pretty sure if we could cut through and see the transparency of what's actually happening, I have a feeling that a lot of people would be like, what? Now, I covered this story today on my channel. Toronto's now paying the price for a decade of low property taxes, report says. So now, Toronto's been paying low property tax forever. Why? Because the price of housing is $1 million. I just showed you $890,000. Now, here's the deal. Let me tell you what the deal kicker is. Prices go down, they're going to have to raise property taxes. The cost of operating is going up for the city. The city's got infrastructure and it's got expenditures it needs to cover. So who are they going to attack? They're going to punish the homeowners. They're going to raise property taxes. And it's the homeowners that flip the bill. It's the homeowners that have to. And you know who suffers after the homeowners? The damn renters. The renters who are renting get the rent increase. Wildflower saying, buy the dirt, buy a tent, build a house. Yeah, get out of New York City, turning into a pool pole, says Brother John. Yeah, New York City is pretty bad. New York City is a mass exodus. Lots of foreign investing. New York City has over 200,000 vacant homes and condos. Gorgeous, 5-6 bedroom homes. And yeah, I'm back online now. Yeah, I'm back online, guys. I should be back online right now. It says I'm streaming here. People are lured in and have to walk away in the future. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm just trying to figure out how the best way to explain this. We don't make nearly enough. We don't make nearly enough to pay what these people are asking for. In Canada, it's not like in America. Like when we're looking at, let me get through some of these stories. We'll go look at some homes, okay? New South Wales isn't building nearly enough houses in for the future, and it means prices can only keep soaring. So Australia right now, not only are they plagued with their fires and the poor animals that are dying left, right, and center. It's depressing. Anyways, not only are they paying through the nose for housing, but prices are still going up. They have an enormous amount of empty homes in Australia. Lots of foreign ownership in Australia. You think Canada's bad when you go to Vancouver? Go to Sydney. It's actually worse. Nobody speaking English, and that's what it is. New South Wales, NSW, isn't approving enough new house builds, leading expectations. Another severe shortfall is coming. So they have about, I think it was like 88,000 or 78,000 empty homes in Sydney. Just empty, vacant properties. They just leave empty. Okay, we got Tignim in the house saying offline. I'm back offline? That's impossible. It says I'm streaming here. Mike, did you get flagged? No, I'm not getting flagged. We're just talking about housing. I mean, if I can't talk about housing. Oh, because every time I reach 60 people watching, it always kicks me off. It always does that. And then people get off the channel and go find something else to watch. Yeah. So there it is. Homes will be set to go up. Dublin land hoarders face $30 million bill, €30 million bill from January. More than 100 plots of land across the city and county are liable for vacant site levies. So there's a lot of places where you could build a home, but a lot of people came in and bought that land and left it empty. Land hoarders across Dublin City and county face a bill of almost 30 million euros from January for failing to develop sites that could be used for housing. So this is a big deal. There's too many homeless people in Ireland right now, and the amount of people is just absolutely phenomenal. So that's become a huge problem there. Another year for dysfunction ahead for Ireland's property market. Man, you see, Ireland, what happened was Ireland started to see foreign investing and bidding wars. They never saw that before until the end of 2017. The end of 2017 hits, It's over. People in the Irish locals can't compete with the money. You know what I'm saying? Someone's asking me if I'm good. I'm really good on Skype. Yeah, we'll talk in a second here. I'm almost done. So Ireland right now looking for another dysfunctional year. Thousands of Scottish households worse off by £64 a week due to UK welfare cuts. Oh God, you see a lot of people. I am online. Someone's saying I'm offline. I'm online. I know I'm online. It says I'm online here. I should be online. It says I have 6 people watching. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening, guys. I'm not sure what's happening. I'm not sure, guys, what's happening. My camera's working. The picture's showing here. I'm not sure why. And I'm not too sure why. I'm here, guys. Can you hear me? It says there's 6 people watching. I can see the chat. I'm not sure. I'm not on Skype right now. Hold on. No, the stream's not down. They disconnected me.